Hey, everybody. Welcome in. How's everybody doing this evening? Hey, Unbiased. Hey, Dawn. Hi, Susan. Bougie Prepper. I bring it every day. Hello. If I put on my glasses, I might be able to read this a little bit better. Hey, Jessica. Thanks for dropping by. Deborah Garrett. Hey. My Renaissance Grandma. Hello. Sunday Backyard Farmer. Hey, Sunday. Thank y'all for coming in and welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Mike. How are you? It's good to see everybody this evening. Hey, God's Desire for Me. How you doing? See everybody speaking to everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in. How is your day going? I'm tired. I'm tired. Hey, Andale, listening with your eyes closed. Appreciate you. Hey, Wayne, regenerative life of Wayne. A warm 64 in Houston. Wow, nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a busy day. I had a lot going on today. I had a lot to do. You did your Land of Plenty mail call today? Oh, okay, I need to check it out. I got my food and stuff in my face. Very good, very good. What you got? You want to share with us? um, like, you gonna give me a bite? Just a bite. Just want to taste. I'm drinking water, y'all. Sipping water. I'm trying to sip the water, not guzzle it, because that's what I normally do is just guzzle it. Oh, eating apple pie. So the pie is done. Are you eating it plain, or do you have it? Are you having it with ice cream or whipped cream or cheese? There's somebody in my family who likes apple pie with cheese. I don't know who it is. It's not me. Hey, Mona. How you doing? Yep. So yeah, what's going on today? I had a busy day today. Well, part of the day was a busy day. I like I said, I had errands to run today. Had a doctor's appointment today. Had bills to pay today. It was a day. My son called today. He's got some stuff going on we're trying to work through. Um, so, yeah, it was a day. But, it's all right. It is what it is. It is what it is. Um, let's see, where were we? Mona, God's Desire is asking if you got your seeds today. If you got your seeds, I guess maybe she sent you some seeds. That's good. I need to get some seeds planted. That's one of the things that I was looking at today. I've been saying that I was going to start some more seeds with winter sowing, some more herbs with winter sowing, and I didn't get it done today, but hopefully I'll be able to get that done tomorrow. And maybe I'll do a video. I don't know. I already did one video on winter sowing. I don't know if anybody wants to see another one, but I don't know. I don't know. But I want to get it done. I want to do some more herbs. I think that those are it's perfect for starting some herbs, and then I want to Jessica says that she's waiting for Baker Creek to release the Purple Galaxy seeds. I don't think they're going to, but they might. I could be wrong. Um, I could be wrong about that. Um, and I need to think about what other seeds I want to get started because our last frost date is end of March, middle of March. It's around March 20th. And so that's not that far. It's a month and a half. So I need to think about where I want to start inside and, what are some of the first things I want to put outside. And there are a couple things that I know I want to start that you start a couple of weeks before the last frost. I forgot what it was right off the top of my head. I was looking at the other day, but I think it was, I can't remember. There's some cool season stuff that I want to get started. So, yeah, thinking about it. Hey, Draining, you can come up if you want to. I think I sent the link to your Facebook. Um, hey, Lydia, Yarn Works by Lydia. Um, okay. Mona says she'll check her mail tomorrow at God's desire for me. Because she didn't go out today. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. So yesterday, I think I put up a short about my dinner. I cooked some pork steak on it for yesterday's dinner, and it was really good. I used my smoky green seasoning. I think Maureen's grandma's in here. Her smoky green seasoning is the truth. I'm just telling you. Those pork steak came out so good. But I've been trying to release a short a day for 30 days starting January the 11th. Now, there's no rhyme or reason for that day. But yeah, I've been trying to release a short a day every day. And it's been going pretty well. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I'm supposed to be doing one. Other times I have to, at other times I have them done and ahead of time. Today I was Today and yesterday I was kind of late, so I'm hoping tomorrow I can release one by um before 3 o'clock, before 3 p.m. Um, I don't like to release them late in the day. I'd rather release them earlier in the day. So there's that. And I don't know about anybody else. I don't know. Do y'all do shorts? Do y'all like doing short videos or not? I actually like doing short videos. Some I think I get some more engagement on the channel, just more traffic to the channel from the shorts, but I don't know. Maybe I don't, maybe I do. Hey, did I miss somebody? If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Hello to everybody who came in. But I just wanted I haven't done a shorter day in a while. And so I thought I would do a shorter day and just see how that goes for me as far as traffic to the channel. Cause I need watch hours. I need watch hours, and I need friends too. So I'm trying to do that. Um, don't like it, but I do them. I get it. I get it. Hey, GT Junior, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. How things going with you? I hope all is well. Andale says, I do a lot of shorts. Yes, you do a lot of shorts. I saw one of yours today. I didn't leave a comment on it, but it was you canning. Blessed. I'm blessed. That was the song. It was in it. I was like, yes, I like that song. It's like I need to use that one day. Canning. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca. Touched by Yarn. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Um, what are you working on? I know you're working on hats. You're always doing hats. Got any big projects you're working on now? Gigi speaking to everybody. Yeah, I have a couple of projects I'm working on. Um, I think I showed y'all this one before. It's coming along. I played yarn chicken with it and lost, of course. I don't know why I don't buy enough yarn. I thought I had enough yarn to make this blanket. Turns out I didn't have enough yarn to make this blanket, so I had to go get some more yarn. But this is a queen size blanket I'm making. Um, and I'm loving it. It's in the cloud stitch. Thank you, Sandrine, because you're the first person I saw to do the cloud stitch. So I'm working on that, and I'm also working on some socks. I don't know. I think they're right here. I had to stop on my socks. I'm these are toe up. Let me say it again. These are socks I'm making from the toes up instead of from the top down, and I'm just about to the point. I think I got about another inch to go before I'll start the heel gusset and the heel turn. And that's why I stopped, because this part of the pattern is easy. But once you get to the heel gusset, I actually have to look at the pattern to figure out what I need to do on that. But I'm excited for that. I love to make socks for myself. I pretty much only make socks for myself. And I make them out of worsted weight yarn. I don't use sock yarn, so they're thick. They're super thick socks. But I love to make them for myself. And that's what I'm working on. So I have that one started. Hopefully I can finish that one in the next day or two and get started on the other one. It takes me a couple of weeks to make a pair of socks. So it's not quick like crocheting. In the time it takes me to knit that pair of socks, I might be finished with this blanket. Bouger. You don't get notifications for shorts. That's true. You don't get notifications for shorts. But they do kind of show, they do put it in your feed for your subscribe, for people you're subscribed to. So, Rebecca speaking. GT Junior says, all's well. Hope all's well with you. About to start working on paperwork. Okay, get that paperwork done, man. Get it done. Job's not done till the paperwork's done, said the mom to the boy in the bathroom. Let's see. I got to finish cleaning my kitchen and folding clothes, but I'm listening. Thanks, Bonnie. I appreciate it. Lurk, but not look. I'll lurk. Gotcha. Yarn Works by Lydia. Oh, yeah. Her name's Lydia, not Linda. Yeah. Lydia. Hey, everybody. Hey, Duval. How are you? It's good to see you. Not working on hats right now. I'm crocheting a blanket for someone. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, I usually try to have, if I'm doing a big project like a blanket, I usually work on some smaller projects along the way as a break, because a big project can get monotonous if it's a single stitch pattern like that. The blanket I'm working on, it's a really repetitive pattern. And so after a few rows, I'm like over it. And so I'll work on something else for a little bit and then come back to it just to keep my interest up. Regenerative Wayne says, I mostly do shorts. We'll start doing longer videos when I start building new DIY larger aquaponic systems outdoors in future greenhouses. Right now, don't have enough content for long ones. Excuse me. I did say I was tired. I am a little bit tired. Pretty, beautiful work. Thank y'all. Love the color combination. Thank you. Thank you. That's the stitch. Yep, Jeannie, that's the stitch. That's the cloud stitch. And it's coming out really nice. I really do like it. I kind of I didn't really calculate how much I was going to need yarn I was going to need for the blanket, and so I ended up having to go and get some more yarn. But what I've got now is how big that blanket's going to be. Because when I run out of yarn, I'll be done. And I hope I don't run out, because now I actually have a pattern. When I started, I just was gonna crochet those two colors and then hadn't figured out how I was gonna put them together. But now I've kind of figured out how I want to put the colors together. So now I need to not run out before I get the color sequence done. But I ain't worried about it. It's for my son. He'll like it one way or another. He'll like it and use it, or else. Yep, getting down through here. People are speaking. Where on my homepage is there shorts area, but they're from people who I'm not sub to. Oh, when you're in YouTube, if you look under home, you'll see shorts from everybody. But if you click on subscribed, you should see shorts from your subscribers, I think. And I'm saying that because I'm used to seeing that when you click under, not on home, but when you click on the subscriptions, it usually shows shorts of people that you're subscribed to, not just shorts from random people. So, yeah, it's under subscription. Let me look at that real quick. Subscriptions is what I see. But not under home. When you're under home, it just shows shorts from everybody. And I'm thinking, I don't know if you click on that subscriptions, if you click on shorts, what does it do? Oh, you can't. Okay, yeah, you can't. Oh, no, you can click on view all. It does have a view all over there. So I don't know what it does. So the blanket I'm doing right now is all double crochet. Okay, nice. Gina, I'm sleeping. Gina, I know you asleep. Hey, thanks for being here. Hey, everybody. Good night, everybody. Liked and shared. Thank you, Gina. I know you sleeping. Bayou Sugar. Hey, Bayou. How are you? I saw you had dropped a couple of videos. I got to go back and catch them. Yeah, it's over there. Just touch it. The thumbs up. Thank you, Bonnie. She say I found it. Yeah. Wife's home in the bushes for a bit. Hey to the wife. Like saying hey to Gina. Yeah. Well, it looks like Nightbot is here, so Nightbot has some very important messages for you. It's pretty funny. I had to run out today, and Bella was like, I want to go, Mom. I want to go. Well, she didn't say that because she's a dog, but gotta go. Been a long day. Okay, Susan, thank you for being here. Have a good night. And so I was getting ready to go, and I'd let her outside, and I brought her back in, and she knew I was going somewhere because I had my jacket on, and I had my shoes on, and I had my purse, and she was like, "Oh, we're going somewhere." And so she jumped and she found the leash, and so she went over to where the leash was, and she's like, "It's right here, it's right here." She just whining, she's really whining, she's not really saying anything, but, she whining. She's like, "It's right here, it's right here." And I'm like, "No, you're not going." And she's like, "But," and so she's jumping and she's running and she's jumping back and forth, and she goes over to the leash again, and I'm like, "No, I'm leaving." And I'll get my keys, and I'm walking toward the door, and so she runs over to the door and gets in front of me like, "Well, if you're going out the door, I'm going out the door too." She was so funny today. She just wanted to go with me. So fine. I said, okay, fine, go. You can go. And I didn't even get the leash. I just opened the door and put her in the car. She was sitting down and it's like, oh, let's go. She was so ready to go. So that's funny. Hey, G Quat, how are you? Nap. Gonna hang out a little, got an early nap, gonna hang out a little while. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. Auntie Ellen, I gotta get with you because if I'm doing this quilt, I gotta figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, I'm gonna have to get with you on what are the dimensions of the squares that I'm making and how many squares am I making. I saw I wrote down the what is it called? I wrote down the diagram and cut 8 blocks, 4 at a time, of the Turning 8 quilt. And I have the 4 different sizes that you cut out of each fat quarter. And so I know what to cut and how many to cut, but I don't know how to put them together. And what's the dimension of the square that I'm putting together. So, anyways, I will email you or something and figure it out. So, was Tia in here? I didn't see Tia. Bougie Tia, what are you doing up? Yeah. Did I miss Tia? I'm sorry if I did, Tia, if I missed you. Um, you grow Ro. Hey, Ro, how you doing? Hello and good night. Good night, Ro. Thanks for coming in. Gigi says, what seeds do you start early? Well, that's the thing, GT. I'm a lazy gardener and I don't like to start anything in my house, but it gets warm enough that I can start things in my garage early, and I will start it just depends. Like peppers, if I plant peppers, I don't even plant peppers every year. But if I plant peppers, I'm gonna start them early in my garage. When it gets warm enough, I'm gonna start my Jamaican sorrel if I grow that because it needs a good long time to grow. Um, yeah, it just depends on what I'm growing. I had last year I started everything in the garage, and so um, I started my cantaloupe, my watermelon, my honeydew, my cucumbers. Um, well, not everything, but a lot of stuff. I started inside, in the garage, not in the house, in the garage. But I only start them just like a couple of weeks. Like I'll start on March 1st, maybe February 15th for some of the early stuff like um cool season stuff. I can't think what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking, like May peas or sweet peas. I'll start them early. Those will be February because they can take some cold. But things that can take some cold. like, I don't know. You got me trying to think of stuff. I don't know. You know the stuff. The stuff. I don't know. Uh-huh. Bayou says, I did good Monday with Meatless Monday by just not eating meat for one meal today. Okay. I don't do meatless Monday because my diet is mostly meat. If I do meatless Monday, it generally means I'm fasting. Um, which I'll do on occasion. Um, and only for dietary reasons though. Um, but usually I try to do, instead of doing meatless Mondays, Mondays will be my 23 in one day where um, I'll only eat dinner. So I won't eat for 23 hours. So from the time I eat dinner on Sunday to the time I eat dinner on Monday, I'll have one meal a day and it'll be dinner. On Monday, let's see. She was ready to go on an adventure. Yeah, Bella was ready to go on an adventure. So I took her with me. I mean, this time of year and today, it wasn't, you know, I know she's not going to get too hot in the car, and I wasn't going to be in anywhere very long. I just had a couple quick errands to run, and she enjoyed it. She definitely enjoyed getting out, getting her nose in the air and smelling new smells, and she just likes to ride in a car. Um, so yeah, in Spanish. Oh, thank you. I got you. That Tia, not Tia. Not TT's Herb and Pantry Tia, and not Tia Drummond Tia, but Tia Ellen. Thank you for explaining that to me because I would have worried on that for a long time and probably never would have figured it out. As well as I know what that is. Uh-huh. Let's see. She says, I overwintered two pepper plants, so I'm hoping I can get both to come back. I've got a pepper plant. I'm going to show it in a short here in a day or two. Um, I have a pepper plant in my arrow garden that I was really just hoping to keep it alive until I could put it in the ground. But it's looks like it's putting on flowers. So that part. Well, it's not in the arrow garden, it's in the I do. But yeah, it was pretty well. Anyways, I will try to link it back. I'll show the short and try to link it back to the original state of it because it was looking pretty bad, like it was about to die. And I think it's a lipstick pepper, but I could be wrong about that. I don't remember what I planted. I didn't label it. It's just in there. But I think it's a lipstick pepper and I got the seeds from Mike on there. But it looks like it's getting ready to put some blooms on. And if it is, hey, I'm all for that. Still gonna try to keep it going. Maybe transplant part of it outside or something. I don't know. What grows wild in your city, food wise? In Georgia, it was muscadines, plums, trees by the railroad. Um, Wild in the city, there's wild plums here for sure. There are muscadines and what we call fox grapes, which are probably a kind of a muscadine, but they're smaller and they're tart. They're very tart. They're really good. I love them. But those grow wild here. Um, uh, oh, there's trees, and so um, Let me get myself together. So wild black cherry, which are edible but not good, grow here. Um, the quince is naturalized here. It's not a native, but it grows here. And people do make jellies and jams out of quince. Um, persimmons, native persimmons, grow wild here, not in the city, but in the country, out in the country, in the forest. You can find native persimmon trees. Um, in town, they have planted herbs in a lot of places, and so just going around town, like over in front of Papa John's, there's a bed that has herbs in it, and it has like mint and thyme and oregano and basil, um, rosemary, chives in it. And then for landscaping, they often use a lot of the kales and cabbages, the purple kales and cabbages that are edible. I wouldn't eat them out of those beds. I've also found purslane, golden, not golden, one of the purslanes. I can't remember which one it is. I've seen really nice sized plants of purslane growing in shopping center beds. So it probably came in on the field dirt. Um, so yeah, that's what grows wild here. Um, a lot of people have planted pomegranate trees. A lot of churches have pomegranate trees and figs growing around them. That because they grow here. They're not native, they're not natural, they're planted, but they're maintained there. There's a couple places downtown where you can go and get figs, and places. Duval says, Junior, what can I start for the kids in the tower hydroponic that they can harvest and eat in about 4 months? Good question. Mm. Good night, Rebecca. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, Sherman's Family Farm. Thanks for being here. I'm headed to bed, but wanted to stop in and give my thumbs up and say hello. I appreciate that. Gina sent you. Well, thank you to Gina as well. G-Quad says hello to everybody I didn't see. About to stuff 3 dog bone pillows. All right. I need to make another dog bone pillow. Actually, I need to make 2 more dog bone pillows. I picked up some fabric to make those with today, and I've got some fabric I already had that I have enough left to cut out some small ones. Hey, Jane Doe, thank you for being here. GT, did you see the question? I'll go back to it. The question was, what Duval was asking, what can I start for the kids in the tower hydroponic that they can harvest and eat in about 4 months? So, green purslane. Yeah, it was green purslane. It wasn't the golden one. I think I have seeds for the golden one, but oh, plantain. I forgot that too. Plantain grows here in the wild. Um, everywhere. Everywhere you can find it. I was trying to think if there's something. Wild lettuce grows here too. That's one that I don't mess with because it's easy to get it mixed up with other things. But butterfly weed grows wild here if you're into flowers. There's a couple of other herbal medicinal herbs, chickweed and dang it, purple Shoot, I forgot what it's called. What is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Purple. It'll come to me. Um, anyways, there's a couple of herbs that grow um in the yard. There's chickweed and there's purple dead nettle. Purple dead nettle and dandelions also grow wild here. Yep. Zach did. He mentioned Mona in his live. Hey, Zach, how are you? Thank you for being here. My mother uses her dog bone like a pacifier. I understand. Which tower are you talking about? Tom Thumb tomatoes grow quickly in hydroponics. Um, Purple rain comes to mind. Yeah, it's called purple dead nettle. I don't know why the name just escaped me for a moment. GT Junior, you got me thinking about stuff. Echin echinacea. Oh, that's purple coneflower. It, it grows here. I don't know if it grows here because it's been planted or because it's native. She says it's the tower with the arm lights that extend about 5 feet tall. I have heard of purple dead nettle. Yes, on Khadijah's channel. What's KK's channel name? Well, it's called Khadijah now, but it used to be something else. She talks about purple dead nettle and what you can use it for, the things you can use it for. She says, I just ordered Tom, Duval said, I just ordered Tom Thumb tomatoes. GT says kohlrabi lettuce. You know what grows really quickly in hydroponics? Choy, bok choy, baby choy. Never heard of. Oh, never heard of purple dead nettle. Look it up. It's a weed. It really is a weed, but it has medicinal properties. If I had my book, do I have my book? I could tell you what it's good for, but I don't have my book. I don't know where it is either. Yeah, bok choy or baby choy. You can get the smaller one. You can use 3 different fabrics in your dog bone pillow if you only have scraps. Pretty accent pillows. Yeah, that's what I did for the last one I made. What did I do with that pillow? I don't know where it is. The last one I made, though, I made it with 3 different fabrics. One of them was dragonflies, the other one was sharks, and the last one was like constellations with stars. And it was for one of my friend's sons. I wanted to put some buttons on it, but I just didn't. And I might do it because I have time now. Um, he's a older boy, but he has autism. He's on the autism spectrum, and I wanted to put some things, some buttons, some ribbons, some textures on one side of it for him. Um, and I might do that. Lemon basil smells so good. Um, City Girl Gardener at Duval. Yeah. Basil grows quickly too. Trying to think of what I've put in there in mine that has grown relatively quickly. Oh yeah. I need to make a couple of pillows too. I have made some a mosaic crochet pillow cover, but I never made the pillow for it. I need to make the pillow so I can, use the cover or give it away or something. Purple bok choy is pretty. It's super pretty, he says. I want the Tulsi basil that smells like Fruit Loops. I have never had that one. So, and I've got a lot of basil, but that's one I don't have. Is that the holy basil? Does it smell like Fruit Loops? I didn't know that. I probably have 6 different kinds of basil seeds or more, maybe even more. I'm going to look for purple bok choy. Yeah. I like all the purple vegetables. I would like to do a garden bed with nothing but purple vegetables in it. But I'm always looking for varieties of things that come in purple. Um, always. So, um, what are you planting? What are you planting right now, DT Jr.? Are you planting anything right now? I guess is the question. And if you are, what are you planting now? Um, like I said, I want to put some herbs in. I want to put some herbs in out in the winter sowing containers, and so like my thyme that I put in the AeroGarden did not germinate, so I'm gonna start some more in the AeroGarden. But I think I'm gonna put some in the winter sowing. I'm gonna do some thyme, and I want to do some okay, my brain is just like shutting down for whatever reason, but some perennial herbs is what I'm talking about. My lemon balm died back last year, so I don't have any lemon balm, so I want to get some of that started. Um, yeah, I put a little pocket on this one for your mom. I always put small straps on for carrying or adjusting behind the neck. Yeah, I did. I put a little strap on this last one I made. Um, onions and leeks are 2 I'm doing at 9:30 p.m. my time tonight. Okay. I yeah, thyme and lemon balm. And I also want to do some bee balm. Is it bee balm? And some, what's that other one called? Borage. Some bee balm and some borage. So yeah. Hey J3GS, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Y'all, guess what I found out? I just updated my computer and I found out this. Isn't that funny? Wait, one more. So yeah, I did the latest update on my computer and it's doing those things. So she said, what did she say? Duval said, my herbs from last year's challenge are still growing, including lemongrass, mullein, lavender. I grew in a hydroponic. Did your lavender grew in a hydroponic? Oh, I'm gonna try it because I have not had any luck with lavender. I did put lemongrass in the winter sowing. I'm hoping that will come up. My mullein, I do have mullein in my hydroponic. It came up. I've already harvested and made some tea out of that because I was having some breathing issues there for a little bit. And I was like, I'm going to use this mullein because that's why I'm growing it. But my mulleins looking pretty good. Which one was, I don't even remember which one was the fireworks. Was it the two thumbs? Come on, can you see me? There you go. There you go. I love those effects. That's pretty funny. I don't know why Apple did that. I don't know what the two thumbs down does. Oh no. A thunderstorm? Get out. Your pillow sounds so pretty. Yeah. Auntie Ellen makes some nice stuff. She makes nice stuff. She does. That's the only way I've had success with lavender. Well, I'm gonna try it because I got 3 systems in there. One is still not don't have nothing in it, so I need to do something with that. So I'm gonna try. I've got plenty of lavender seeds, so I'm gonna drop a couple in there and see what happens. And Gigi says, "Wow, that was cool." Yeah, the latest update. If you have an iPhone, which I do not, or you have a iPad, or if you use your FaceTime camera on your MacBook, then it does the effects. Now I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if it does it with the. I think there's another camera on the on the Mac on the MacBook. Bayou says I want a yard full of lavender. I love lavender. It is so pretty. I would like to have a field of it, but I just don't have any luck with lavender. Haven't had any luck with lavender. And I love, like I said, I love lavender. And I like lavender to eat. I know a lot of people don't. Um, a lot of people don't like lavender flavored stuff, but like lavender tea, I love, and lavender ice cream is yummy. And, lavender cookies, and especially lemon and lavender, um, those are nice flavors. It gives it a different, I don't know, it bumps it up a notch for me. Auntie Ellen says lavender seeds like to be cold stratified, so put them in the freezer for 2 weeks. Well, I will try that. Um, no, that's what I did with my rosemary seeds. When I got the rosemary seeds, I put them in the refrigerator, and they've been in the refrigerator for a year and a half. Um, but I did not put my lavender seeds in there. So, hold on a second. I need to take them out of this case and put them in the fridge. Oops. I just swore. Yep, lavender tea is yummy. Sage, thyme, purslane. Oh, passion fruit. That's another one I want to put in the cold, in the winter sowing. She said, hold on. That sounds wonderful, Sugar. I love everything lavender in the garden. I just break off rosemary and stick in the soil to germinate. I kill rosemary every year. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I kill rosemary every year. I need to go back and find out what these seeds are. And why are my lavender seeds not here? They might be in the refrigerator already. Um, pepper, kale, pepper. Oh, okay. All right, but they not here. And I thought all of my herbs were in the same container, but obviously they're not. Bella's like, Mom, can you be quiet and be still so I can sleep? Jeez, what does a woman got to do to get some sleep around here? She just jumped up when I pulled out this seed container and opened it. She jumped up like I hurt her feelings. Okay, I guess they're not here. I thought it was right here, but it is not right here. What are you doing, woman? You're knocking stuff over. So, anywho, I can do that later. Let's see. I have heard that rosemary will germinate really well by cuttings, and that most rosemary that you get from the store is propagated by cuttings. But I have not been able to do that. Zach says I got to call it a night. Good night, Zach. No worries. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you being here. And I will see you in the YouTube streets. Me too, bougie. It's my favorite. Even have dried lavender all over my house during the summer. Yeah, I love lavender. I have lavender essential oil. I use it in my whenever I'm making like hair oils or body oils or anything, even for the bath or whatever. Rosemary does not like wet feet. Most herbs do not. Yeah, I've heard that, which is amazing to me that I got it to germinate in the Aero garden. And I don't know how long it'll last in there. I'm hoping that it gets big enough that I can take cuttings off of it and put it in the soil. Um, that's my hope. That it will live long enough that I can get cuttings from it. I was a fail at rosemary. Okay. Mike says I was a fail at rosemary until I listened to T-Nog and totally ignored it. Didn't feed it or water it. I think that's part of my problem. I've put it in places where the soil is too rich. I should put it in places where the soil is not as rich. I'm thinking I'm going to create. I'm going to make a spot for it in the corner of my yard where I don't have anything growing, and I'm going to just dig a hole and put some sand in the native soil and mix it in there, and then put the um, put the rosemary there and just forget about it. Put it over in the corner and see what it does over there. Because I've had it in pots, I've had it in ground, I've had it in garden beds, and it just dies. It doesn't like me. It says, I won't start my lavender in hydroponics, Bougie said. I'm going to try it because I haven't gotten it to do anything elsewhere. So I'm going to try it, but I'm going to try it in a couple different ways. Hey, Bridget, how are you? Basil loves hydroponic growing. Parsley, thyme, mint, oregano. I have grown parsley, thyme, and thyme in hydroponics. I have not grown basil in the hydroponic, mainly because basil just grows for me. I can plant basil and it just grows everywhere. So I haven't had problems with it. So I just grow it outside. Um, Auntie Ellen says herbs like to be ignored. Yesterday, what? Oregano, but yesterday most like abuse. Okay. Okay. Queen Squash says, just finished my single, going to start chain plying shortly. Hmm. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that is a method of plying yarn or wool, chain plying. Mike said he got auto corrected. Yeah. I typed yes, it turned into yesterday. Gotcha. Um, I want to learn how to spin. Um, I think that's a way of making one single into a 3-ply yarn. Okay. Okay. I want to learn how to spin. I'm gonna have to figure out how much time and effort I want to put into it and money into learning, but I definitely want to do it. I just need to figure out how much. This water is making me. Mhm. I've I have rosemary. I've had for 3 years. Started from seed in 3 pot containers from the dock. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Those I know which ones you're talking about. Nice. You've spun lamb's wool? Well, you need to teach us how to do it. You're gonna make a video for us? I highly recommend spinning. I love spinning. I love it. I like watching spinning too. I love watching Juanita spin. It's very calming. It's very soothing. No, you didn't. I spun our Maine Coons fur as a joke, made a blanket. Shame on you, Mike. You're not the only one who's done pet fur. There are a lot of people who've done pet fur. But yeah. Good night, my Renaissance grandma. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. My rosemary on the North Carolina homestead grew into a 10-foot tree. Perennial in some climates. Yeah, it's perennial here. There's a beautiful one. I was telling somebody the other day, there's a beautiful one over by Jim and Nick's restaurant. And when you go through the drive-through, I usually just reach out the window and cut a piece of it off and bring it here and try to root it. That's why I say I've not ever had any any luck with propagating it from cuttings because I get them off of that tree when I go through the drive-through over there. But that one is huge. It's still a bush. It's not a tree, but it's probably 6 or 7 feet tall and probably 5 foot wide. And it blooms. It's perennial and it blooms. It's nice. So I just dropped a spinning video. BOD had her dog spun into yarn. Yep, people do it. Um, that cat shed like it was his job. Maine Coons are long hair and they're big. They're big cats. But I bet you that cat didn't don't shed like Kodak. uh, like Kodak. Kodak sheds like crazy. It was like 20 pounds. Yeah, they're big cats. Like TT could make money from spinning Kodak's fur. Like she could make coats out of it. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to learn to spin. I know there's a lot of different ways, and it can be pretty expensive to get all of the tools to learn how to do that, but it's something that I would like to learn to do. It's pretty amazing to me that somebody figured it out. I think about all of those kinds of inventions and things, and it's like, who figured this out? And what were they doing? uh, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I also want to get back to painting. I haven't painted in a while. It's been a long while. It's been over a year since I've painted anything. I mean, I did the Inktober and back in October where I was drawing and doing pieces and with ink, but I haven't done any painting on canvas or any watercolors in quite a while. Maybe I'll pull out my watercolors tomorrow and do something in watercolor. Since I can't seem to pull out the canvas. The canvas is out and on the table, and all I have to do is take the paint over there and sit down and paint something. But for some reason, I'm not feeling it. And so maybe I'll do some watercolor and see if that can get my mojo together so I can get some painting done. I want to paint. I want to, but for some reason, I haven't been painting in a long while, and I miss it. I really do. I enjoy painting. I think I started painting in 2018 when the government shut down. um, I worked for the federal government, and whenever Congress decided that they didn't want to do their jobs, and and sign a budget into law, and you know do a budget and shut down, it was always a stressful time. But 2018 was the long one, and we were out, I think, 36 or 37 days. Hey, Stacy. I think it was 36 or 37 days. I can't remember exactly how long it was because I have a mental block against that time of my life because it was so traumatic. But while I was out, I decided that I could paint, and I had already bought canvases because they were on sale, and I was like, "Well, paint. If I can go to the store and get everything I need for less than $10, then I will paint." And I did. I went to the store, got what I needed, and boom, started painting. And it's funny because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing. I just started painting. Now, that's not the first time I painted. I had done the sip and paint. I had done those before where you have the party and you go and they tell you what to do. So I had done the sip and paints before, but I had never painted on my own, and I did. And I liked it. Everybody's speaking to Stacy. Mike said he hadn't painted in 30 years. Really? Well, you need to do it again because it's really good for you. It's good for the soul. Mike says, I used to love art class, took classes in art theory, art history, etc. Never had a class, never had an art class, never had theory, none of that stuff. Stupid, stupid spell check. That's how we met. Yes. What did she say? What is spell Oh, that's how we American. Yeah, that's how we met. Yes, painting. I remember on what's her name's channel? Bev's channel. You should do it. I used to be able to tell you what color combinations made any color. I can't tell you what color combinations make any color. The I can do the primaries and the secondaries. But then beyond that, it's just trial and error for me. It's definitely trial and I don't mind. That's because that's what I do. I buy the primaries. I generally buy the primaries and then I mix all the rest of the colors, I just mix them. Well, I buy white, black, red, yellow, and blue. And then all the other colors, I just mix them um, for acrylic painting. Now for watercolor, I mostly I have a couple of watercolor sets that have some other colors in there, like like the umbers, the burnt umber, and the trying to think of what the other ones are. Some of the weird ones, like the I can't think of it, like an olive or something like that. So yeah, I do have some sets. Hey, Howard J. I do have a couple of sets of watercolors that have some others in there. But even with watercolors, I just prefer to mix them because for whatever reason, it seems that it goes on they blend better if you mix them versus if you buy all of the colors. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just cheap. Maybe that's it. Because if you just buy the primaries, then you don't have to buy as many. You don't have to buy as many paints. I haven't used oils. There was just a few days ago, the art community here. We have an art center here that I have never been to because they meet early on Saturday mornings, and I don't get up early on Saturday mornings. But they just had a class, a 2-day class on oil painting, and I really wanted to go because now they have the new oils, the water mixable oils, so you don't have to use those flammable liquids to clean up. You don't have those you don't have all of those volatile oils in your house or in your garage someplace that are dangerous to have around for cleanup. Is they're just water cleanup. And so I want to try those oils because I want to try to do portraits. And I just feel like it will be easier to mix skin colors because there's a lot of different nuances in skin colors. And I think that would be better to do that in oils versus in an acrylics, but I could be wrong about that too. I don't know. Connie says, "Why buy then when you can make them when you want?" The only problem that I have with mixing my own colors is if you don't mix enough the first time, when you need it the second time, you cannot get it the same. They made me take a DR. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Said I took a community college classes when I was 66. Um, I mix all of my oil paints. I have a chart. Yeah. They made me take a drawing class first. I made soul portraits of my mom and sister Joanne. Okay. Now that's funny. I've never taken a drawing class. And either. And I think it's pretty funny because when I paint acrylic, I don't draw it. I don't draw nothing. Um, and I know that if I'm gonna do well, I don't know. I don't know if I have to draw it if I do portraits. When I do ink, I draw and I sketch. When I do watercolor, I sketch. But when I do acrylic, I don't draw anything. So I don't but that's just because that's how I started. I didn't think when I started painting, I didn't think about drawing it. I just thought about painting what was in front of me. I use reference photos and I just thought about, I take a picture and I want to do I use a reference photo for sometimes I use a reference photo, not always. Um, and so I just start painting. So I don't know. That's pretty funny though, because I never thought that I needed to draw at first. I don't know. I don't paint on canvas, but I love to paint the details on figures like concrete and wood statues and some plaster too. Cool. Cool. I yeah. Another thing I like about acrylic painting is how the layers, how things are layered. Um, so I don't know. I can't even explain what I'm trying to say, but yeah, that part I like that. It's pretty funny. The boys are speaking to each other. Hey, Hans. Hey, Sunday. Hey, Howard. Hey, Mike. Auntie Ellen speaking to the boys. Hey, Sunday. Hey, Auntie. These are grown men. These are not boys. But I'm older than all of them, so there. Oh, man. Is anybody tired but me? I'm tired. Does anybody grow jojoba plants or trees? I have never seen one by you. I have never seen jojoba. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it grows. Is it a tree? What is it? Jojoba. The plant is a native shrub of the Sonoran Desert, the Colorado Desert, Baja California Desert, and California chaparral and woodlands habitat. Okay. It's also commonly called goat nut, deer nut, pig nut, wild hazel, quinine nut, coffeeberry, okay, and gray box bush, native to southwestern United States. Okay, they call it a whole bunch of different things, but it appears that if you live in the southwestern part of the United States, you might can grow it. Um, it appears to grow in a dry climate. I don't know. Huh. Anyways, I don't know anybody who's growing it, but you probably could grow it. H3 says I just got up at 12:30. Whoa. Okay. Um, my wife was here making fun of my squash. It's climbing daily like Jack and the Beanstalk. I can't believe you growing squash inside your house. That's the part that I can't believe. And when it grows outside of your house, no. Now you know why Mona called it Seymour, because it's trying to take over. And when we are trying to figure out what happened to you, we'll know it's because the squash took over your house. She's laughing now. She won't be laughing when it takes over. Uh, Drinking a quart of hibiscus tea. Ooh, that sounds good, but a quart, Auntie Ellen? A whole quart? It's a nut tree. Bonnie's Corner. The oddest thing I grow currently is goji berry. I'd like to get my saffron back. The voles destroyed the patch I had. Ooh, saffron? Isn't saffron well, yeah. I can't think of the word. It starts with a C. Crocus. Thank you. It's like, dang it, my brain. What's going on with my brain? Yes, ma'am, Auntie Ellen. You said hi earlier. Me too. Just got up to hang out with y'all. Yeah. Jessica, you had saffron? Yeah. It's a crocus, right? It's a certain crocus, but you got to have a lot of them, don't you? I don't know. GT says it's only 9:17 p.m. here, so nope, not sleepy. Well, it's not the time. Y'all know me. It's not the time. I usually hang out pretty late. I can usually stay up pretty late, but um I haven't been resting well, and so that's why I'm tired. And but that's going to change today. Today is going to change. Not tomorrow, today. It's like just train it to climb the tower. Yeah, build your nice tower in your house. Make sure that tower goes up and down and around and all the way, all of those places. Because when Seymour gets tired, I know it's not Seymour, but we're just gonna call it Seymour. When Seymour gets tired of being on that tower and takes over, we'll know where you are, Mike. It's like, I haven't seen Mike in a few days. What happened? You better check that room where that squash is because that squash was taken over. Jessica says, I did buy you. I had a patch growing for 3 years. And 2 years ago, the voles got to the roots when I planted in ground. Oh, worth more than gold. Yes, it is very expensive. Yes, it's a crocus. I do have some crocus growing, but I don't, it's not that kind of crocus. Well, no, I had some, but I think there's something out there digging up in there. So each stem is picked by hand. I would love to have saffron. Stamen is picked by hand. I love saffron rice. Beautiful purple flowers in the winter. Had to harvest each flower by hand, but so very good in rice. Yes. Um, 92 plants. I lost 92 plants. That's a lot. That's amazing, though. Where are you, Jessica? And what state are you in? Y'all can drop your link. I forgot to tell y'all. If you want to drop your link, if you haven't connected with somebody on this channel, you would like to drop your link, type in hashtag drop to drop your link. Wow, that's a lot. We need to figure out what to do. Oh, Zone 6A. Okay. It was so sad. I was so sad. That's why I haven't planted asparagus. I'm worried about the voles getting to them. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Who else was in Missouri? I think my Renaissance grandma's in Missouri. Um, Somebody else is in Missouri. I think VJ's in Missouri too. I don't know. So, um, Zone 6A. Duval says, I'm sending out mail tomorrow. I need your address to send pepper seeds. VJ and Bonnie, if you're familiar with them. Okay, Bonnie and VJ. Yeah. And I think my Renaissance grandma's in Missouri as well. There's somebody else who's in Missouri. Anyways, I can't. Michelle J is also there. Okay. Um, Branson, Missouri, and VJ's in St. Louis. Okay. Okay. Um, so Duval, Mike, you need to get in touch with Duval with your address if you want some seeds. Uh-huh. You can dig a foot down, put chicken wire, and then fill so they can't dig up. Okay. Okay. I did not do that. Know that. I might put some chicken wire down in my garden because something got at my sweet potatoes this year, and I'm not happy about that. I usually have a really good sweet potato harvest. I did not get that many this year, and I had a half a bed, well, two halves of bed in there, and I didn't get a very good harvest at all. Yes, ma'am. She is, and so is left is right, Sandy. Great idea. Okay, I think I have your email, Duval. Hashtag drop, Auntie. You have to do the hashtag. The hashtag. Yes, Sandy. I haven't seen her in a while. It's been a long time since I've seen Sandy. I managed to keep the deer away. I placed T-post in a square and wrapped fishing line around that. Deer can't jump it. Uh-oh, because they can't see it. Oh, they don't get tangled in it, do they? Oh. But yeah, yeah. Mona and I were talking about some pet deterrent, cat deterrent um, things that you could put in your garden. I even have a mama deer that brings her babies to my backyard every year, and the baby never gets in the garden, but I do leave treats from the garden often. Yeah, my a friend of mine had a deer to get into her backyard and drop her foal in her backyard, but then she couldn't get the baby out of the yard. She could get in, but she couldn't get the baby out. And so that was a nightmare. Luckily, my friend's a wildlife biologist, and so she was able to do what needed to be done so that the mama and the baby could be together outside of the fence, but it was pretty weird. My grandparents were farmers. They survived by their farm. Diesel fuel went into vole holes. Ooh, that's one way to deal with it. Not recommended, but it's one way. There you go. There's Auntie Ellen's link. Please check her out, everybody. If you are not connected with her, think about it. Auntie Ellen's got some good stuff going on. Good night, Stacy. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you. I don't know if y'all follow the Jay Jordan. Jay Jordan is one of my um, good long term supporters. He's always um, watching my videos, catching the replay on my live streams, and sharing me out. Um, check out his channel. You may like what he's putting out there. Deer walk right down the street here. You don't see that in Chicago. Yeah. I grew up in Eastern North Carolina where deer were um, very plentiful. I guess that's one way to say it. Literally, you couldn't leave your house at night without seeing them. Well, in the evening, in the mornings or in the evenings without seeing them. They were very, very plentiful. And yeah, you had to be always on the lookout and protect your crops from them. No animals had any issues. I paid attention. I was concerned about the birds. I was concerned about the birds, but so far everyone has done good with the setup. Okay, very good. And good night, good night, good night, good night. Jessica says, I have around 11 neighborhood deer here all the time. My neighbor feeds them, so they're regulars in my backyard. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, we don't have that issue here. There are deer here, but almost everyone here, well, in my neighborhood, I live in a neighborhood, and in this neighborhood, almost everyone has privacy fences. And so, my garden is in the backyard behind the privacy fence. And so there's no there's no problem with deer um, in the backyards here. What we have is a lot of rabbits and squirrels, and there are some moles and voles here as well. But rabbits and squirrels are the biggest animal issue that we have here as far as the garden is concerned. Every now and then, you'll get rabbits. Most of the rabbits are in the front and side yards. That was weird. Sounds like a car. Um, are in the front or side yards, not so much in the backyard. But every now and then, a rabbit will get in the backyard, and I've had babies in my compost bin. I have a big compost bin that has post. I guess it's about 12 by 5, maybe about 5 foot wide and about 12 foot long, maybe a little bit longer than that. Um, and um, I've had rabbits to nest in there and lay babies and have babies in there. So, um, yeah, sometimes. So my main garden bed is got chicken wire around it to keep them out. It doesn't keep out the squirrels, but so far I've got two really big oak trees in my front yard, and then there's a big black walnut tree um, over there, and then there's a big cypress tree right over there. And between those trees, there's always enough of the nuts and the seeds that the squirrels seem to be pretty happy and leave my garden alone. But I'm always on the lookout for them, and so is Bella. She doesn't like them in her yard, and so she is forever barking and chasing them in the backyard. Hey, Melanie, Jay, how are you? Thanks for being here. We like people in the bushes. Um, yeah. Definitely like people in the bushes. Working on my sweater. Okay, nice. I want to make another sweater. Um, a different pattern. I've made several of the hexagon cardigans. Um, mm, but I like making wearables. I really do. I don't make shawls very often because I don't wear shawls, but I like sweaters and cardigans and um, shirts. Um, I want to make a skirt. I'm not sure I would wear it, but I want to make one anyway, just because. Jessica says, I didn't realize that most of my issues were from bunnies and not the deer. I just wish they would stop eating the tops off my plants. Yeah, yeah. There's a bunch of bunnies in our neighborhood, a lot of them. And when I see them, I'm thinking, y'all need to stay out of my backyard. Oh no, armadillos. We got armadillos running around. Yeah, don't see them in Chicago either. Yeah, armadillos. We have armadillos here, but we don't have them in our neighborhood. I haven't seen an armadillo in a while, actually, but they are here. They are definitely here. Um, yeah, she's like in the summertime, her auntie loves sweet potato vines and hanging baskets. They're pretty. It's funny. I was talking about that to somebody the other day, and they were talking about they wanted some sweet potato slips. How are they going to get some sweet potato slips? And I was like, just get a sweet potato and put it in water. It'll grow. We almost always had sweet potatoes growing in um well, sweet potato vines. We had them growing in jars. I mean, just my mom would just put a potato in a jar and let it grow, and they make the vines are so pretty. They're also edible. So, um, the vines, the leaves are edible on the sweet potato, and they're good. I like sweet potato greens. Um, I've put them in things like as a substitute for kale. So if you have recipes that call for kale, I put them in soups and stews and things like that. I've also cooked them by themselves. Just saute them, the sweet potatoes um, with saute the leaves with the potatoes. But they're good, and you can grow them like I said in just a jar of water and have a real pretty vine. Bonnie says, I've never seen them running around. I've seen them dead on the side of the road. Armadillos are funny. They're not funny, but they have this reflex where they jump straight up, and um and if you drive over them and stop the car and blow the horn, they will jump straight up and hit the chassis underneath the car, and they just, I mean, that's just their reflex. They do. I've never done this. I've been told that this is what will happen. I've never done it, but I've seen them. I've actually seen them crawling around, and they're weird. They're just weird. They don't walk straight. They walk crooked. It's like they can't walk in a straight line. It's almost like raccoons running sideways. But yeah, armadillos are like that too. They don't really walk straight. Um, they're weird. But you mostly see them dead on the road. We call them possum on the half shell, which is pretty bad. Anyways, Melanie J, I think I actually have a video of me cooking sweet potato greens on my channel somewhere. I have a lot of sweet potato videos on my channel, but I think I have one of me cooking sweet potato greens if you want to see that. And I may have more than one. I think I have one where I'm using the greens as, in something like as a kale substitute or something in a soup or something like that. But I have one where I'm actually cooking the greens with the potatoes. So yeah, exactly. Oh my, I just heard that. I don't know that from experience. Um, Ronnie, I don't know. It's just something I've heard. It could be all wrong. The whole jumping armadillo thing. Um, y'all know the song about Amarillo, Texas, Amarillo by Morning? A friend of mine changed it to Armadillo by Morning. Armadillos are a weird thing. Did y'all see the movie? What movie am I talking about where the groom's cake was an armadillo? Red velvet armadillo cake. Why can't I think of the name of that movie? Y'all know which movie I'm talking about. Every time I think of armadillos, that's what I think about. And whoever made that cake, they did a really good job because it really did look like an armadillo. Steel Magnolias, exactly. One of my favorite movies. Because it was fun. It was really fun. Speaking of favorite movies, what are some of y'all guys' favorite movies? Steel Magnolias is one of my favorite. My Big Fat Greek Wedding is one of my favorites too. I need to watch both of those again. I haven't seen them in a while. Um, Squash. I've used squash leaves and tendrils in a salad. It was good. Squash blossoms are edible too. I've had squash blossom soup. It's good. It's just very mild flavor, but really nice. Um, so- I love the movie, Greek movie too. Yeah, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That was so good. That was so good. I think my favorite line is the one where um the lady is saying he's a vegetarian, and the aunt said he's a what? He's a vegetarian. He's a what? He don't eat no meat. Okay, I'll make lamb. I love that. Oh, that's funny. One of my first videos I did digging sweet potatoes and looked up and a possum was looking at me. The video had to be edited. Oh, Duval, you know the one where I was digging sweet potatoes and that broad-headed skink came through? It was huge. It was about this big. Deborah. And I squealed like a girl. Yes, I did. I think the video is called something harvesting sweet potatoes and a squeal. It's a real squeal in there. Oh, fried green tomatoes. That's one of my favorites. Oh, that's one of my favorites. Oh, I need to watch that again. That was so good. I love Kathy Bates. Okay, first of all, I love Kathy Bates. She is good. Um, there are a few animals that carry weird diseases we don't talk about. Armadillos carry leprosy. Really? Koala bears carry chlamydia. Really? Okay, Mike. You got a whole bunch of facts stuck up in your head. That is amazeballs. Amazing. See, I need to use the real words. Oh, yeah. Melanie J says, yes. Don't laugh at me. Oh, no, 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 Auntie Ellen, no. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. Nope, nope, not today. Nope, 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 nope. I can't deal with that kind of movie. I had nightmares for days. I had a possum visit a few times. I put old oranges out tonight for you forever feeding something, Mike. You are forever feeding something. Okay, first you're gonna tell us about animals carrying diseases, and then you're gonna tell us about you feeding the animals. Okay, all right, cool. It's like I haven't thought about watching fried green tomatoes or cooking them. I like fried green tomatoes too, but everybody don't cook them right. Some people just don't get it right. Some restaurants don't get it right. But if you can find some place that does it right, somewhere in Tennessee maybe, um, they're good. I don't do well with frying foods like that because yeah, Tawanda. Exactly. Google it. I wanna watch it and make the tomatoes. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. Every time there's a school over here that has um a wide ditch, a really wide ditch that fills with water, and there's always Canadian geese on it. And every time I drive by there, I think of them talking to Stump because that was not good calling that little baby Stump, but talking to Stump and saying, "You see that? You see that field over there? It used to be a lake." I use Andy's breading for my fried green tomato. Okay. Like says, gotta feed all the animals. Says, I've got a video I need to finish with a possum. It's funny. Okay. All right. I never did that. Bonnie says, I never did that. I used flour and panko. You know what's funny? I never used panko until I got a HelloFresh subscription for a while. I did HelloFresh for a while, and and the recipes use panko, and so they would send panko in it. That's the first time I've ever used panko. I've never bought it since then, and I don't do HelloFresh anymore. But I never used panko. I just never did. Like my mom didn't use panko. It's like if you needed breadcrumbs, then you would just take some. We had bread ends like loaf bread or leftover biscuits, cornbread, whatever. And um, after they were a day or so old and they, would get hard, my mom would just throw them in a bag and put them in the freezer. And so when you needed breadcrumbs, you would just take those out of the bread bag, toast them up, and you would use that for breadcrumbs. And so I never used panko. I thought it was just weird that they would make something like that. It's like, y'all don't have any old bread in your freezer that you can use for breadcrumbs? Surely you've got old bread in your freezer. You know the end pieces from loaf bread? Yeah, because we always had that. We just always had that, and so that's what we used if you needed breadcrumbs. Um, and if you didn't have any of that, then you just used either cornflakes or Ritz crackers. It's like you always had cornflakes or Ritz crackers in the house. So Mike says, I want to use pork rinds powdered to do low carbs. I think it's kind of tricky to use pork rinds because pork rinds are mainly just fat. Um, and so when you powder them, you have to be careful that whatever you're using doesn't get too warm or it just makes mush. So, but yeah. But I've seen and heard that people use them, um, pork rinds powdered to do low carb. And there's also like a chicken flour that's just made of chicken. They take the chicken, I think they dehydrate it, and then they make it into a powder to a flour-like consistency, and they use that if they want to flour something to fry it. I've not tried it. I probably never will because I just don't fry stuff. Bridget says, I ate lunch, including fried green tomatoes at a restaurant in the movie. At the restaurant in the movie? Wow. Cool. Uh-huh. He says, when I use breadcrumbs for like meatloaf stuff, I just toast the bread. But for frying like that, I use panko and flour mixture. Okay. Bonnie says, I did that when I was keto. Yeah. A lot of people do use the pork skins. Bonnie says it worked good. Yeah. Right. When I bake bread, the ends go first. Everybody loves them. Yeah. I am that way with home baked bread. I want the ends and the edges first, and I want them warm. And I want a big old hunk of it. But I don't bake bread anymore because I don't eat bread anymore. So there's that. But I used to make bread. I used to get off of work at 5, and I would come home and I would make up a batch of bread. And by 10, it would be coming out of the oven. And I would make just loaf bread, sandwich bread, and we would use that to make our sandwiches for work because we worked out in the field, so we had to take lunch with us all the time. But we made that for just loaf bread, and I'd make bread a couple times a week. So we always had fresh bread, fresh baked bread. I put pork rind in the blender. I don't buy him powdered. Okay, buy him powdered. So, Queenscraft says it was a really cool day trip on the bike. Nice. That sounds really nice. All right, guys, got the 10-minute warning. I'm going to get off of here in about 10 minutes. So I just wanted to let you know. And no, GT Jr., I know he's probably gone already because I know he was working on his paperwork. It's like usually when I say 10-minute warning, GT or ARD will say, can I come up? Can I come up? Can we talk? I'm like, no, you cannot come up. You just want to make me stay on longer, but no, I'm going to go. That's pretty funny. I haven't really, since I gave up grains, I'm not a person that likes substitutes. If it, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just kind of my, I'm not dropping the link for GT Junior. Oh, you still here, GT? Actually, Mike, I sent the link to GT Junior. So if he really wants to come up, he can. But I'm not dropping the link for nobody tonight. You're funny. But that is pretty funny. Oh, but that's one of the things about food. I was saying is that I don't like substitutes. So if you tell me that, the Impossible Burger, or eating this for that, making chicken wings out of cauliflower or something like that, I don't want that. If I want chicken wings, I want chicken wings. Oh Lord, GT. I just don't. How you doing, GT?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You said.
I was doing paperwork, but then me and my wife we came out to visit with the chickens and stuff, and I was doing my onions. We got to drop onions. Um,
Okay.
like this is our list.
Okay. Look at you.
Yep. So we got this list. Tell us what we actually need to.
I have a spreadsheet that has everything,
Mm,
all the seeds I have, and then when to drop indoors, when to drop outdoors in it. And they also have dates when I acquired them. So that's because
okay.
I just like to keep up with stuff.
Mm,
But it don't mean I follow it.
well, I have to because I want to do these onions, and they're huge. So that's what I'm trying to do. I can't do live Duval. I got so much on my plate. Like soon as I finish doing this at 10:30, we go in because all the lights go out and the chickens go to sleep. Yeah, Mike, I had to come up real quick. I
Everybody's
wanted
laughing. Everybody's laughing
to.
at you.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
say 10-minute warning. GT be like, drop the link, drop the link. I'm like, I done sent him the link, y'all. Uh, I'm
Yeah.
not organizing, Mike. I'm OCD. That's a whole different thing. I like to know what I got, and so I'll make a spreadsheet in a minute. But do I follow it? No. Like I have drawn out my garden beds and planned where I'm going to plant stuff. Do I plant stuff there? No. That's just that's. But doing that, I don't know. It helps keep me in my mind of what I got. So I can pretty much tell you if somebody asks me, "Do you have a certain seed?" I'll pretty much know because I've entered it on the spreadsheet. So
That's a lot of work though. I have one of those apps too. I forgot what it's called, but it has the components of like an Excel sheet and
yeah,
everything.
mine's just
You
an
can actually,
Excel sheet.
but you can actually put pictures on it as
Yeah,
well.
you can put pictures on it too. I mean, I that was part of what I did when I worked. I used databases like that all the time, and so I could literally do a map of the backyard or interactive map where you could click on it and it would give you the Latin long and it would give you a picture of it and it would tell you how many seeds I have left because that's what I did those databases, but I don't do that to that level. That's just
Mm-hmm.
OCD. That's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. That was too much like work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Right.
I
It's
ain't
too
got
much like
time.
work. But that's
Yeah.
what I did in my job. We
Oh.
did that because I managed national forest. So we had to
Mm,
know where everything was, where the roads were, where the trees were, where, different things,
mm,
where the
mm.
power
Did
lines were, all that.
so you've cut down a tree before?
I was chainsaw certified, yeah.
Oh, I barely know how to use a chainsaw.
Yeah, I was chainsaw certified in a former life. I was a wildland firefighter in a former life.
Oh, what? Say that again.
Wild land firefighter. That means
Oh,
forest firefighter. Yeah. Not
wow.
structural, not houses, woods.
Mm. So that's like the people that like when there's something like that happen, they'll drop water on different locations and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Mm. How, you did it for a long time?
Um, I did firefighting for about 8, 10 years. And
Okay,
then
okay.
I started doing the dispatch part of it, not the actual on the ground firefighting, but
Mm-hmm.
just the dispatching part. And I mostly I worked aircraft and equipment. So I was the one ordering the equipment and the crews and people coming in for the fires and making sure they got there and making sure they got home making arrangements to, ferry them back and forth and stuff like that. And then
Which
for
part of your
aircraft,
job?
I was
Sorry,
flight
sorry.
following on our planes that were dropping the water and stuff.
Mm. Which part was more stressful?
Um, Fire is very stressful because people's lives depend on you getting it right.
Correct.
And so getting people from point A to point B and back without them getting lost was pretty stressful. Um, Working with my day-to-day work was not so stressful because the tree's gonna grow.
Right.
you know
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, African Dreaming, thanks for coming in.
I was wondering. That part, the organization portion, would have been more stressful for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the part that people's lives were in my hand as a dispatcher, you had to keep up with everybody. So you had to know where somebody was. If somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be, then it was my job to figure out, where they were and to get them there. And then, that's the thing. I was making reservations, airplane reservations, car reservations, hotel reservations for people, getting them from point A to point B. And we lost people. People died.
Mm.
You don't want to be the dispatcher on duty that day.
Mm-mm. Because
Exactly.
my wife, she watches this show. What's the name of that show, baby? With the dispatcher, Rescue 911 or something like that. She be watching that, and I walk in every once in a while, and it just catch your attention, and they be, and then they actually show the picture of what they're actually doing or whatever, and I'm like, man, that's a lot of
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bayou said if I had to pick someone to be trapped on an island with, it would definitely be between Felicia and Auntie Ellen. It's funny, Bayou, we had to do a exercise where a plane went down, and it was it was 6 people on the plane, including the pilot, and the plane went down. I mean, it was just an exercise. But our team survived. The team that I was on survived. It was funny though because I was like, I don't know what to do, but we had the crew. It was enough people on our team that had different skill sets that they knew which things to take, which things to leave, what to do, whether to try to hike out, whether to stay with the plane, what to do. And we all survived. And some of the other teams, everybody didn't make it. So
Mm.
it was like, but yeah, we did scenarios like that all the time for training because you just needed to know when they say practice
Yeah.
your preps, practice your preps.
Yep. I need to practice mine. I got that wood burning stove in there. I haven't used not even one time.
You need to figure out how it works. You need to figure
Yeah.
out how to vent it. You need to figure out how to be safe when you use it.
Yes. It's already vented. It's built into it. So there's
Yeah.
a thingamajig. But when we got it, they gave us a manual, and then we put the manual away so we wouldn't lose it. And when we needed it, we did. I forgot. So that
Google
falls
it.
on me.
Google it. That manual's
I
available
don't even know
somewhere.
the kind though.
Open the box, turn it over, and find the doggone serial number. All right now,
No, it's
GT.
huge.
It's on it somewhere. I'm telling you, there's a serial number or a model number or something stamped on it somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Look for it until you find that number because that number is going to find you that user's manual that you need.
Appreciate that. I wouldn't even thought of that. I still don't even know how to use a buddy heater, and I bought it about 6 months ago on sale.
Oh
I
my
called my dad. I'm like, hey dad,
Okay,
they
wait a
got this
minute.
buddy heater.
All you doing is wasting your money. If
Mm,
you are buying things that you don't use, that you don't know how to use, when push comes to shove and you need to use it, you're not going to be able to use it. Let me just tell you, as a firefighter, as a wildland firefighter, we practiced using those doggone fire shelters that keep you from dying if a fire runs over you. We practice in the parking lot, taking it off your back, unfolding it, getting in it, holding the edges down, falling on the ground with it, making sure the edges were down. Because if you don't do it right, you just burn up like a baked potato.
Ooh.
Practice it until it is reflex.
I hear you, Miss Felicia. I hear you.
I mean, what's the point of having it if you don't know how to use it? I mean, it's just like having jumping cables and not knowing how to use them.
Because somebody's there to help you, but I understand the concept of. I understand. I understand the
it's concept. It's like having a spare tire and not know how to put it on.
Somebody be there to help. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, though.
You say somebody gonna be there to help. Somebody gonna be there to help. Okay, you wait for them. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna do it. I just be doing other stuff, and it's like I know that should be a priority. I understand 100% what you're saying. I do. I really do.
Wait a minute. And Dale been telling y'all every day this month to be ready, so you don't have to get ready. Be ready, so you don't have to get ready. She's been telling you every single day. It's cold outside. Do you know how to keep your family warm if the power go out? It's cold outside. Do you know how not to burn your house down if the power go out? Good night, Bonnie.
I looked on YouTube for the little buddy heater. I understand it, but I just haven't used it. I haven't put it into practice. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna Google the what is it called? The wood stove.
Queen's Craft says use Google Lens to take a picture and it will pull up matches, and then you can get
Google Lens. Google Lens.
Google Lens.
Wait a minute. So you could take pictures of stuff and Google will go find it for you?
Yes.
What? I've never used nothing like that before. No, I haven't. I just took a picture. It was something that I took a picture of, and I was like, ain't no way I can find out what this is. You know, there's not like a Google, hey, I know what you're talking about, AI thing, but okay then.
I had a flat tire. Actually, it was on my niece's car. I had a flat tire on a freeway, on a highway, interstate highway. I had a car full of people. Like, if the car held 6 people, it was 6 people in there, and one of them was my child. I called. I had she had tow service on her, or roadside assistance on her phone. So we called roadside assistance. They were like, we can't find anybody, but we'll keep looking and we'll call you back. By the time they found somebody and called us back, I had changed the tire. We had dropped everybody off and was home when they finally called us back. Now, we could have sat on the side of the highway.
But you got it in.
I'm like, everybody out the car, get over there down in the ditch, because I don't want nobody to get hit. Get ready to change this tire. You can't count on somebody else being there.
You're right.
You can't count on somebody else being there to know what to do. My daddy made me learn how to change a tire when I learned how to drive.
Well, I know how to change a tire. I know how to do that one, but the wood burning stove, no.
But does your son know how to change a tire? I'm asking a question. You the daddy. You better make sure he know how to change a tire.
Yes, ma'am.
But what you go, Brett? You'll be daddy to the rescue for the rest of his life?
No.
As part of learning to drive a car.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to change the tire, change the oil, check the oil anyway. If you can't change it, check the oil.
You're right.
I'm just saying.
I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
Do not what?
Oh, she says, what'd you say? Y'all on YouTube, don't be scared to be prepared. That's right. Don't be scared to be prepared. And that's right. You can find anything you need pretty much on YouTube. Google Lens. You do it with flowers and trees, but you can do they match up pictures, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna have to get out of here. Um,
Hey, I got 7 extra minutes, y'all.
yo,
Woohoo!
whatever. Stay ready for everything.
What? What
Management
you say?
told me I
What?
have too much food in my apartment. What? Melanie said her daddy did too. That's right. My daddy made sure I knew how. Not only that, I can tell you where I can change a spark plug. I can I can I can tell you where the starter is. I can almost put a starter on a car. Um Back in the day,
Mm.
not now, but back in the day. I knew how to open the carburetor up if it was flooded, and so I could get my car to start.
Wow.
Look, stuff. Me and mom was coming back from singing at a funeral. I was changing a tire in my dress. That's right. You got to do what you got to do. I got a flat tire one night coming back from the skating rink. It was pitch black in the middle of a swamp.
Ooh. Mm.
And my cousin in the back seat crying. I'm like, make one more sound. I'm going to slap you so hard. One more sound. Like, I'll get this doggone tire change, but you cannot be making all that noise out here in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night, attracting who knows what.
Who knows what? Exactly.
And luckily, somebody else did come along because I didn't even pull the car off the road. But somebody else, it was dark. I was like, I'm staying right in the middle of the road and change this tire. Somebody came along and stopped behind us, and so we had light, so I could see what I was doing. So that was good.
Oh yeah. That at
Close
least
in
worked out.
carburetor. Yep. The difference between old and new cars. There's a big difference between old and new cars. Can anybody drive a stick shift? Auntie Ellen, my car is a 6-speed manual transmission. I've only every car I've bought has been a manual transmission. You know why? Because can't nobody drive them, so you don't have to worry about nobody stealing them.
And they cheaper too sometimes, right?
Sometimes they're cheaper, but not always.
Yeah.
I drive a Mini
Added.
Cooper. It ain't cheaper.
Oh no, that's a different class there.
Right,
Mm-mm.
but still.
That's no.
I want to drive an 18-wheeler. Yeah. Look, y'all. DT got me staying up here longer. He did it. He made me stay up here longer. I gotta go. I gotta go. So David came in here. Hey David. We're just about to get off of here because it's been a long day and I need to go. GT's working.
But I got one question now. There was
Okay.
somebody that put something in the chat and they said take a picture with Google and or they said something with Google long press or something.
Google Lens.
So that's I just go to my app store and I look for Google Lens.
Actually it's not in the app store. It's she said it. Hey Jay and April. Okay. Hold on a second and I will find it. She said what's up here? Be ready, be ready. Press Google, and then on the right, the little camera button.
Can you put it on the screen if you don't mind, please? I
There you
want
go.
I want to screenshot it because I'm gonna forget by the time I get off here. I appreciate you.
Got it?
Yes, thank you for allowing me to come up too.
You're welcome.
Yes,
You
yes.
are welcome. All right, you guys. Thanks everybody for coming in. Y'all have a
Trust
good
the
night.
process. Peace. All right, Miss Felicia.